and I will here to talk about my story, about my dignity of risk, and how I applied for my first job and all that. Hi, my name is Zach Kahn. I am here to talk about my dignity of risk story. I will talk about how I took a chance or a risk and applied for a job. I will tell you how it worked out. But first, I want to define the dignity of risk. I looked it up in Google, and this is what I found. Quote, the dignity of risk is the right to take a risk when engaging in life experiences, and the right to fail in taking these. This term was first coined around the issue of care of people with intellectual disabilities in the 1970s. But first, a little bit of my story, of my history. I've been with a group called Mass Advocates, Massachusetts Advocates Standing Strong, MASS for short, for many years. One of the many things I like to do with MASS is go to the State House almost every month and talk to my legislators and representatives about the issues that are going on with the special needs community. Being a part of Mass Advocates has helped me gain more control of my life and in my life by giving me empowerment and confidence to be a part of the world. Knowing that there's a field of successful people with disabilities around me gives me encouragement. Being a part of Mass Advocates taught me how to stand up better for myself. My dignity of risk story is that I want to work, I want to make money, I want the satisfaction of knowing I'm doing a good job. I want to be recognized by my boss and co-workers. I want to get on my day program more and be productive in the community. I find it important to be around people because I'm social and I'm a social person and I like to talk to other people. I like to move a lot, so it's important to me to get a job where I can do those things. It was hard for me to think about applying for a job because A, I thought I would never get an offer. B, I was concerned that I wouldn't know how to do the job without the proper training. And C, I had mixed feelings about it. I was both excited and nervous about getting a job. A friend of mine said that you can't experience the world if you don't get out there and do it yourself. You can't, I repeat, you can't have your parents do everything for you in the long haul, or you'll never truly learn how to experience the world for yourself. I'm different. It's hard for me to get a job in the community for anyone, especially for those with a disability. I saw a job at the local food store, Woodman's, and I thought it would be a great opportunity because I know the people there are really nice and because I have shopped there. So now I will tell you the steps I took to apply for a job. To start, when I lived at my residential school, I worked at small jobs. I also practiced my interviewing skills and my cover letter skills, but that's where I built my first resume. My school had a coffee shop called Something Brewing, where I was trained and learned how to make coffee, tea, and prepare bagels. I took orders from people, made their orders, and delivered it to them. For example, I knew how a customer liked her tea, and she would rely on me to make it for her whenever I was working. After that residential placement, I started at my day program, where I worked at some volunteer opportunities like Meals on Wheels and Salvation Army. I also participated in Job Camp, which helped me prepare for real-life work. Job Camp was a year-long class that taught me interviewing skills by practicing in front of a camera and watching the video with the whole class. It also taught me resume building skills and how to dress for an interview. The teacher showed me how to take initiative for it in a job. In the practice interviews, I was nervous and shaken up. A little over a year went by, and this is what took place. I applied for it and got a job at Wegmans. The way I got this job is with the help of my job coach, and I looked online at the Wegmans site. On the site, there were positions open in their Helping Hands department. I applied for that job. They did not take me at first because the hours that worked for me did not match what they were looking for. So I tweaked the hours, and then they called me in for my first interview. I was nervous at the practice interview with my job coach, so I practiced thinking good thoughts to calm myself down and to do well in the way of this interview. By being calm, I knew I would do a better job going forward. So the interview went really well. He called me back in for my second interview that went amazingly well. My job coach was there for me for both interviews. He called me back within a week and told me I got the job. I did not think I would never have an opportunity to work in the community. I worked hard to prove myself completely wrong. I went through all the right steps, from building a resume and applying for the job and having an interview. Taking that risk actually led me to having the world's most amazing opportunity. I thought back to my first practice interview, and that just proved me wrong that I can do anything. Taking that risk shows how far I or anyone can go. From residential schools to my day program, and then to competitive employment, makes me happy. I worked at Wickman's for about 1 month. It was a nice place to be with nice coworkers, but it wasn't suitable for me. Working for a big name company was not the right fit for me, so I stopped working there. Since then, my job coach has helped me look for other jobs. He found one in a local gas station where I'll be stocking shelves and cleaning up the trash. I hope to start in December. The dignity of risk is trying something new, seeing how it works out. I took a risk working at a large name company that did not work out for me. I'm glad I took that chance and I learned what works best for me. I would like to thank the members of the PRISMS board for letting me give my talk and opening the conference. I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen. It meant a lot to me. I want to thank Ann Smith and Ellen McGinnis. If it wasn't for them, we would never know about syndrome and the conference for that matter. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the conference.